So we're going to be installing brake and clutch lever and a radiator guard for the 2024 MT03. And we'll start with the clutch and brake lever first. Alright, so starting with the brake lever, you'll need two 10mm wrenches. And if I go the right direction, the bottom part has the nut and the top part has the bolt head. It's threaded in the center too, apparently. Slide that out. And then grab your new lever. Bike's brand new, so it still has lube on the shaft of that bolt. My ratchet wrench is broke, so switched over to a socket, but just snug this down. It'll stop, that's tight. And then you're going to throw the nut on the bottom again. Just like that, lever's installed with adjustability. And now we'll move over to the clutch side. So on the clutch side, take a 10mm. This one only has a nut on the bottom, and then the top is a like rivet style bolt. And these wires for the controls get in the way, so you kind of got to push them out of the way with your hand. There's the nut. Pop the bolt out. Might be able to do it. Yeah, I can't do it without pulling the cable. So you'll take a pair of channel locks. And you'll loosen your clutch cable up. Spin it so the cable will drop out of the hole, and then when it pops out, pop out like that. Grab your new lever. Alright, so from your stock clutch lever, you're going to pull the little brass fitting. It's lubed. a lot and got shit all over it. And slide that into your new one. And then you're gonna install that from there. Alright, try not dropping that when you install it. The more, if you have a lot of grease on there, it will keep it from popping out. But if you have too much on there, it will cause it to be all over the place when you're done. And then flip over, get it lined up with the slot, and then spin. Let go with your pliers, and then slide it in place. Once it's in place, wiggle it in. You can put your bolt in. Slide that down, and then throw your nut on the bottom. Make sure the locking part of the nut is downward. And then start tightening it, and then that fitting that went inside of it will keep this from compressing, the perch from compressing onto the lever. It gives it the gap so it doesn't get, make sure your bolt, the rivet bolt, it has a square hex on it. Make sure that drops down. And once it drops like that, just tighten it. And just like that. Now you gotta readjust this adjustment for your clutch. Just take your channel locks again, readjust it to where you had it. The rule of thumb is about a quarter's width in between there of play. I like to do the quarter's width or smaller, and then make sure your line adjustments where your cable will come out are not facing outward. So if you ever get stretch in your cable or cable slack, it won't accidentally pop out and do some weird stuff while you're riding. And then snug up your lock adjustment, and clutch is installed with 6-way adjustments. Just like that. Alright, for the radiator guard, there's 4 bolts. 1, 2, then the other 2 are on the opposite side. You're going to back those all out, and when you back them out, they're a 5mm Allen. When they back out, they have this little step that goes and holds this plastic trim piece. You're going to want to keep those in, so it's kind of a pain in the ass when you're putting the new one in. But you're going to want to keep those there. And then on top of those, with the new hardware, come these spacers. Those will sit on top. And then it will be the grill plate, then the bolt. If you don't put these spacers in that hold the plastic, because they're got a lip edge on them, these spacers will drop under the plastic will flop around and come up and hit this, and it won't have the nice finish fit. Whereas if it's sitting like that with that on it, it'll hold the plastic and keep it in place. So that's going to be the hardest part, but 5mm Allen, and then back all your screws out. Once you get this side out, go over to the other side. And when you tighten these ones down, do not over tighten them because they're into your aluminum radiator. And by the looks of it, they don't have sleeves, it's just the aluminum. So the bolts are aluminum, but the radiator is too. And depending on what the material of aluminum, you don't know which one's going to give first. Once you get those out, then you can take the grill, and it's kind of a pain in the ass because the brake line right here and your wheel speed sensor are hard lined up top right here to this brake reservoir or split, whatever you want to call it. So you have to force the grill, which it's not going to scratch anything because you're just forcing it over the plastic. But once it's forced up, you get it in place. And it holds itself because of the top edge. So the spacer, the stock spacer that holds the plastic, the spacer that goes in between, you should be able to hold up in, so you can get the both behind and use the bolt to hold them while you thread the bolt in at least a few threads. Just get it in a few threads and then work all four in before you go any farther, so you have the room behind it to work the rest of them in. And just do that on all of them. So spacer, the little step space, the stock step spacer, and then just a few threads in just to hold it in place while you get the rest of them. And then we'll tighten them all down at the end. Alright, now the passenger side. Passenger side. It's not the passenger side. It'd be the driver's side. But it's also a motorcycle, so there is no driver's side. Alright, there's that one. And the last one. If I can get it without dropping them. I haven't dropped one yet, so I'll probably drop this one. And then get your Allen wrench and tighten them all down. They're 4mm on the replacement screws. Snug those down. Shouldn't have to over tighten them. They're just into your radiator. They're just vibration, not holding a lot of force or anything. And make your way on the other side. Snug those down. And that's the install for 2024 MT03 radiator guard. Looks real good. Makes it clean, cleans up the silver, gets rid of the silver look and protects it. And then the brake lever, clutch lever installs look real clean. Hope you enjoy the video.